My name is Wendy-Marie Martin, and I am a business manager for Performing Arts Center in California. Well, I just finished the MFA in Playwriting, and was actually really excited about the idea of a directing certificate because it's the one hole in my resume. I have my undergraduate in acting, my graduate in playwriting, and the certificate will allow me to have the directing experience on top of it. Well, I think I'm coming from a different perspective because having been here for 4 years, I know how amazing the MFA program is, and had the opportunity to take a class with Bob Moss, who is amazing, and I trust Todd, who has created a fantastic program. So I knew from the very beginning this was going to be a very, very special experience. We have a directing class with Bob twice a week, just to look at the kind of nuts and bolts of directing, how to approach a script, how to approach a playwright. And then we have a playwright-director collaboration workshop with Todd twice a week, and that's actually a practical application of what we're learning from Bob, as well as some additional tools and theory to use when directing the festival plays that each of us are directing. I've already actually had the opportunity to use all of the tools that I've learned directing Overnight Sensations. It was unbelievable that I actually felt like in just a couple weeks, I already knew how to start, which I wouldn't have known how to talk to a playwright. I don't think I wouldn't have really known how to even sort of score the script in a way that helped me make a plan for a 5-hour rehearsal process without the classes. You know, you have someone like Bob Moss, who co-founded Playwrights Horizons and who has done off-Broadway and Broadway and theater all over the world forever, and he has stories at his fingertips that are not only entertaining but also just incredible to realize that what he learned going through the process. And you have someone like Todd, who has been directing for a very, very long time and who has a way of articulating things that helps you understand them as tools. So it's not like this sort of airy concept of, you're the director and you're just going to go create whatever. It's actually very specific practical steps you can take to learn the craft of directing. Well, first of all, the script's not always done. A lot of times working with new plays, you're at a rehearsal draft, but it's not completely finished. The wonderful thing about it is having the playwright right next to you, it really feels like a very collaborative process. You have the opportunity to ask the person who wrote the play what they meant, and you have the opportunity to ask them questions that may lead to further development of the play that they never thought was possible. And then you add actors to the whole process, and you become the sort of living embodiment of theatrical collaboration. And at the end, everybody feels like they've contributed to the life of this new play. I think it's very exciting. I think it's more exciting. I would prefer only to work on new plays. We have amazing artists, guest artists. We have phenomenal guest artists. We have the opportunity to get a lot of people who teach at some of the major playwriting programs in the country during the year who have the summer off. So they all come here because it's a wonderful place to come in our Hollins bubble. And you get everything. You have someone like Michael Rao who was our very first guest speaker this year. And then you have someone like, who did we have last year? Carl Hancock Rux, who is a completely different type of artist who does a completely different type of work. So we're getting, I believe we get almost every aspect of theater, performance, writing that is possible, and it all happens within the 6-week summer structure. Todd has this amazing connection to generous working artists, which I actually believe. I believe that people who are working, at least what we've learned so far, is that they were helped on their way up, and so they're open to advice, and they're articulate, and they're thoughtful. I feel like I have the confidence to actually apply somewhere as a director now, which I didn't have before, because I can talk in the language of that group of people, and I really honestly feel like I could do the job because I know this is what needs to be done, and we're only halfway through. So yeah, I would not have even considered that before this summer.